Salutations and welcome to Ross Range. Today we're going to be talking about the Winchester 1906. Alright, well, it's time to get to bluing this barrel. So let me start with went to my local hardware store, got 1/4 inch doweling, had to trim that down a little bit to fit. It was the smallest that they had. Trimmed it down enough right there to stick in there, and then I can push it in so it's nice and firm. So I can hang on to it and turn it. Barrel's been cleaned off. First thing I'm going to do is run some acetone over these parts after I put some gloves on, because we don't want any oils on the barrel or the parts being blued. So get some gloves on here. I really like these Venom Steel. They're good, pretty good gloves. Acetone, acetone I think is actually acetone. Alright, so we're going to, I should probably be using a baking pan underneath this in case I spill any, but I'm not going to spill it. Just give it a quick wipe here. We just want to make sure there are no salts and oils from our fingers touching it. Brownell's Oxfo Blue. Get my pan out here, because I should. I'm working with chemicals. Alright, so let's heat this up, get it nice and warm. We want the barrel nice and warm so that the metal expands a little bit. Here's a little Metallurgy 101, right? Really, anything that you heat up is going to expand. Cold contracts, heat expands, so we're going to heat this metal up a little bit, just so that when we put the coating on there, it gets into the metal a little bit, into the pores of the metal, and it'll be better for us in the long run that way. Alright, let's get on it while it's hot. Strike while the iron is hot. Put a good thick layer on it here. Nice thick coating. I'm not going to be sparing with it. Not use it sparingly. Might as well just go ahead while I've got it warm, do the whole thing. Why not, right? It's quick. Make sure we're getting the whole thing here. Looking good. Burnish with steel wool. This is 4/0. A little bit leaking out there. We're going to do another pass anyway, so I'm burnishing. So far, so good. I think this next pass I will also do these at the same time, get those done. Let's heat them up. Alright, so I've brightened up some of the other pieces here that I'm going to blue. I'm not going to worry about bluing the inside of any of this. That's all fine, but I am going to blue like the parts that stick out of the gun, that show outside the gun. These pieces, I'm going to re-blue them so that they don't rust and they also don't stick out on the rifle like a sore thumb. So first thing I need to do is I need to wipe these pieces, at least the areas that are going to be blued. I need to wipe those with acetone, And so let's get to that, and then we'll get to bluing them. We've got the barrel blued now, and I've just got some pieces here that I want to blue, things that show on the outside of the rifle. So I cleaned those up, sanded them off, brightened up. Really, it's just sanding off the old bluing and rust and pitting. Anyway, so I used I don't know what it was, 280 or 300 grit sandpaper and steel wool, top of the bolt carrier. These things will show on the outside of the rifle, so they don't need to be glaring out there. We'll blue those. The inside parts we're just going to leave alone because the bluing on them, they're not really rusted or any problem, so we'll leave that alone. Gotta be careful, I don't want to get any oils on where I'm going to be touching. Alright, so acetone, whatever. I'm going to give these a little bath. It'll be easier. I just want to get the oils off. Nice acetone bath there. Then I'm going to take a patch. Not worried about getting the acetone on any of the inside parts because we're going to oil it all up real well anyway once it's done. I'm just more interested in making sure I get oils off of the parts I want to blue so that the bluing takes. Alright, now we got our Oxfo blue. So the first thing we're going to do here is, like with the barrel and magazine and tube, is warm it up, right? We're going to warm up the pieces. And what I'm going to do last is I'm going to just dump these pieces into what's left over in the container after I do these two pieces. That'll probably be the easiest. So I better not open that up yet. Keep that. Let's get some heating done here. Be plenty hot. My hand's on fire. That was probably too much. This stuff goes a long way. That's all right. definitely not the screws that came with it. These are... Alright, butt plate's on. Stock's been redone. Good strip, reblued. I don't even recognize this thing now. Okay, well, let's go do a... Really happy with the way this turned out. Considering what it looked like originally, it's come a long way. Yeah, man, smooth, feels good. Nice, clean, crisp trigger. No play in it whatsoever. There's nothing there. It's just I'd say that's a light pull too. That's probably like maybe a 4-pound. That's what I'm thinking. So here we go. Winchester, 1906. This is a restoration, rescue. I didn't make this rifle like new. I just cleaned off the rust, cleaned it up, did a little work on the stock so that it wasn't a piece of trash. And I also want to show you, nope, it's not the Winchester 1906. It's the Rossi copy of the Winchester 1906. You see these two rifles together here. These are both the pump. They're actually both pretty fun to shoot. Nice little rifles. Gallery guns. A little bit different in size, but fun to shoot guns. So there you have it. Be safe, get training.